welcome to Smash Writing, and today we are reviewing another
Resident Evil.
and this one is Vendetta.
Yep. It was the last of the animated movies so far. Hopefully we get more. Or no, Infinite Darkness was a series, not a movie.
Yeah, no.
So I'm still correct.
Those technicalities. Okay, so let's get into the plot of...
We're ready, you bastard.
Now we are. So go ahead, run down the plot, and we'll go from there.
Well, you get the plot of this movie. You got Chris and the team who are going after an arms dealer named Glenn or Ace. It leads them to a mansion, and they're attacked by zombies who are listening to Glenn. They're taking orders from him, and they're under his control. And Glenn is an arms dealer who has a grudge out for them because his wedding was bombed by drones from the U.S. government because of what he was doing and everything, and he's out for revenge because they killed his wife and his fans and family. And
that's a wedding gone to shit.
yeah, so he's out for them, and he's got all these BOWs and the A virus, which we meet up with Rebecca, and she's already on the A virus. Like, she's already come up with the vaccine and everything. So they attack the building, they attack her, and they get the A virus and whatnot. And Chris saves her. And Rebecca points out the similarities between that A virus and the Los Plagas, which takes them to Leon, who is expert on the Los Plagas from the events of the fourth video game.
Okay.
And they find him on vacation. He finally gets to go on his vacation, and he is drunk, and he is not leaving. He wants nothing to do with this. He even points out, really, you want us to go take down the villain that we killed his family and friends on? Which one of us are really the villain here?
Yeah, he makes that good point right there.
And Chris is like, oh, fuck you, dude. Glenn is the villain. But they get attacked while they're arguing.
Right.
And they kidnap Rebecca. Because Glenn is affectionate on her because she looks like his wife.
Yeah.
And he doses her with an updated version of the A virus that will supersede her vaccine. And Chris has 20 minutes to save her.
Right.
And meanwhile, though, the entire city is being gassed with the A virus.
Yep.
So you get a fun little chase scene with Leon and some dogs on his motorcycle while Chris is storming the building. Then Leon joins him on his motorcycle.
Yeah. He didn't he arrive on the floor in the elevator?
There were two of those scenes where he just arrives on the floor that Chris is on his motorcycle. He is dead set on riding this motorcycle up to the top of this building.
That's all he wants to do.
But finally, Chris gets his hands on he saves Rebecca, and he goes to confront Glenn on the roof to get the vaccine to give to Rebecca, and that ends up in a big fight. Glenn gets chucked off the building, but he bonds with somebody else, and they create this tyrant monster who's easily wiping...
the monster that he bonded with was his one of his friends.
Yeah.
That I guess survived the wedding with him.
Yeah.
And he juiced him up, and then it bonded into the super being.
But they create the super tyrant, and he's taking out Chris, and then we get another intro on his motorcycle. Yeah. Leon shows up, starts whooping ass with this motorcycle, and they eventually, along with the two others on the helicopter, manage to take down
the super tyrant,
and they get the vaccine to Rebecca.
And they spread the vaccine to the rest of the city.
And you get one of Glenn's kids. I think it was Glenn's kids.
No, it was the daughter. Yeah, of the tyrant, who was, I don't no doubt. I don't believe she was dead when she got it, but she wasn't even really injured. She was just probably knocked out or something.
Yeah, but she's swearing vengeance at the end of the movie,
and that's
Vendetta. In a nutshell, in 30 seconds.
Yeah. So now we can talk about this.
For starters, this was great. One big giant reason this was great was because we got the return of Rebecca to the series, which we haven't seen since the first video game. Now, think of all of that encompasses between that video game and this movie. How many games? How many movies?
Now,
live action animated. We were just now getting the return of Rebecca.
Obviously, you know more on the game side, so I I'm taking it as face value because I don't play the games.
Because you're a soulless bastard. How dare you actually procreate with someone and not know these games?
So I'm reviewing the film. So
you need to be playing the game.
I will find time in between time eventually. Well, I'm going to talk about the characters Chris and Leon. Obviously with Leon with the motorcycle, it was a fun ride with him. I thought that Chris and Leon dynamic duo was just that, a dynamic duo.
Yeah. Because we've never really seen those team ups before. Like, we get a brief little bit of it in the 6th game, but then that's very brief. They're normally just running past each other.
Yeah.
It's great to see them team up and just beat
even though it seems like they didn't want to, well, because Leon's on vacation. So
Leon doesn't want to do anything. He wants to be drinking at the bar.
Like, what are you supposed to do on vacation? You don't want work involved right now.
Yeah. Well, his work is also more monsters, another madman, more monsters, another madman.
Doesn't he preach that too? Like, what do they actually do?
Yeah.
Because it just seems like they knock down. It's like, they cut the head off of one monster, 2 will grow. Like, he almost seems like he's not only on vacation, but he's just done with it.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't really want to do it anymore.
Well, at this point, too, he's been through the events of Raccoon City. He's been through Las Plagas. He's ready to be done.
He's ready to retire.
Multiple movies at this point.
He's ready to retire and say, whatever happens, I'm going to be drunk, so it doesn't matter.
This is the 3rd animated movie, and Leon has been in all 3 of them. And 4 if you want to count Infinite Darkness.
Yeah.
Leon has been the card bearer of these animated movies.
Chris seems like the typical, hero of heroes.
Boulder beaten master. You missed out on the 5th video game. He literally punching boulders in that fucking game.
So this is, these Resident Evil, I know we did Infinity Darkness.
We did Damnation? Or Degeneration?
I think so.
We did the first animated movie. We haven't done the second one yet.
I thought this was only my second one reviewing.
No, I think we did do Degeneration already.
Okay. But I will say, so
I could be mistaken.
The company that does these computer animations are really good.
Oh yeah, I picked this one because they hit their stride, I feel, in this movie.
Okay. I really was some of it was almost watching, a live action with CGI more than it is computer.
That shot of New York City, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful shot. Great shot.
So I really, the plot was actually pretty good. I mean, it makes sense that, eventually in these zombie-filled movies, you're going to draw the line. And I do like how, Leon was questioning, who is the bad guy here? He's seeking revenge because we blew up his fucking wedding.
Yeah, you didn't kill him, you killed his friends and family.
Yeah, you literally took
how many of them were guilty?
Yeah, how many were just innocent and died by association?
Yeah, the only thing they were guilty of was knowing him.
Yeah, which is, you gotta wonder, how many of them knew what he did, whatever. Glenn's demise into, the Berserk Zarlaland.
Yeah.
When he has Rebecca dressed up as his wife, and he pulled out the arm of his wife.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, okay.
He's crossed the line. He's insane now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was when I watched it and I understood his backstory, I'm like, I would be kind of ticked off too. You literally took everything away from him. And you made him, that's easier, that's harder than death because you're dead. Now you gotta live with the fact that you
don't realize just how insane he is.
Yeah.
And he was a good, credible threat to put against Chris because Chris is muscle.
Right.
He's gonna be throwing those big right hands. Well, Glenn is speed and power. And
the fights that they did interact, Glenn always got the upper hand. He was always winning.
Because he was always moving faster than Chris could keep up.
Right. So, yeah, when he got Rebecca into the dress, and he was reenacting his wedding and everything. I was like, oh god, he's
losing it. He's gone.
But it's crazy because they kept like his fall into madness like till the very end.
Yeah.
Like before, he seemed like he was just an angry man that was hell bent on revenge, and that was fine.
Yeah, it was one thing he could keep going until he was in the presence of Rebecca and being reminded of that day.
Yeah,
and that's when he started crumbling.
Right. Him fusing with the tyrant, and doing the epic battle in the end. Felt like they could have honestly gone on longer if they really wanted to. I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like at every...
I can't imagine how much time it took to make that fight happen. A ton of time.
Just because, like, you had so many different elements going on. And he was still taking the shots. Like, when they brought in, I think it was like, they brought in the chopper, and you thought it was going to be over then, and then the tyrant was just like, going after the chopper now.
Yeah.
It was good.
I thought that he's on the chopper and you see the bike come across. Jesus, lay on.
There's the bike again. The ending with the daughter of his friend. However the series goes after just one.
I did really love the scene though of the hallway with Leon and Chris
when they're fighting.
Yeah, because it felt like a big moment. Like, this is a big moment. This is Leon and Chris fighting together.
And that, besides that little interaction when they got Leon, this is like their full, like, I gotta depend on you, you gotta depend on me to get us out of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like the fact that this all seemed like they cross paths a bit in the 6th game. But it does always seem like they know each other and like there's a world going on between the games.
Okay.
And that you might not see it, but they are interacting with one another.
Like kind of like an off-camera thing.
Yeah.
But on camera, they don't really.
Yeah, you don't really see them interacting on camera, whether it's here or the video games. But I do like the fact that it does seem like off camera they are interacting with another and they don't like each other. But I do want to. They gotta bring Jill in. That is the one character that has not happened in those animated things. They have not used Jill. We've seen Claire, we've seen Leon, obviously, he's in all of them. Chris was in this one, we've not seen Jill. That's one I'm kind of like, where the hell's Jill?
Were you hoping that she popped up?
Can the next one be Claire and Jill? Because that would be great, because those two haven't interacted on camera, I believe.
Now, how many times have you watched this one?
A few times.
A few times. So, it has rewatch, and I agree, it has rewatchable power. I do think what makes a good film is you can watch it at some point.
Oh yeah, just check out the second one too. Like all these animated movies are great. They don't have a hiccup in the animation until Infinite Darkness.
What was the hiccup? Because
it wasn't that good. It was fine, but they couldn't live up to Infinite Darkness versus Vendetta.
Okay,
Vendetta is better.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, I mean, I could catch myself rewatching this again. I mean, I can probably rewatch these animated films more than I could rewatch the live action.
All of them except for Welcome to Raccoon City, I think.
I haven't seen that one.
Because you're a fucking heathen. Swear to God.
I will watch it tomorrow.
Why do I have to always, we're going to do remake versus original Resident Evil so you can get your shit together and watch these movies?
Did you like that one?
Welcome to Raccoon City? Fuck yeah, I did. That was on my top 10 list from last year. Fuck yes.
He says that with authority. You know what? I want more Glenn. I want crazy Glenn.
Yeah.
I want him to
what kind of thing? I don't think we've seen Wesker yet in these animated movies. And man, that's going to be good when Wesker shows up.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because he wasn't in the first one, he wasn't in the second one, he may have been hinted at in the second one, now that I think about it. But I don't think he was, I think he was at the end.
Well, I said, I want to see more Glenn because though we were like, man, he's fucking crazy when he's doing it. I think that would be like an awesome to have him full crazy.
Yeah.
Like maybe revert back to himself. Because obviously he has all these vaccines, these viruses, whatever.
Yeah.
And say there was some chance that he survived because he was fused with another being that he survived. Because he when he falls to his death, he thought it was his death, but he was still able to fuse. So I want more of Glenn. I liked Glenn. Glenn is one of the villains that I can get behind. Because like his backstory, you're like, oh, those bastards. But then you see his craziness, and you're like, yeah,
you crazy, dude.
Like, give me a full version of Crazy Glenn as the main villain. And I would actually enjoy that, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and give it your grade.
Hey, plus, I love it. I love everything. I don't have anything to complain about. Don't keep Rebecca away for so long again, guys. Come on. Give me Jill in the next installment.
Okay.
Jill and Claire. That'd be great. Thank you.
You heard the request.
You heard the request here.
I'm going to give it an A. I really enjoyed the computer animation. It's really on detail. I love the chemistry that Leon and Chris poses with each other, how they bounce off each other. I don't really know much about Rebecca to really see if she's a big deal for me, but I'm not going to hurt the film review on that because
you're a jackass.
Shut. Give me more Glenn. Bring back Glenn. Crazy Glenn. So in the overall, I am going to give it an A. I think it's definitely, so far when we're doing these animation, computer animated films or whatever, I really enjoy these over the movies. At least the first 7 or whatever the fuck they were.
The Anderson ones.
Yeah.
Let's call it the Anderson ones.
Asinine ones. How about that? So A, and you're giving it A plus.
Yep.
So until next time.
Bye-bye.